how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen. So we're getting ready for another week of meal prep. Meal prep is really a love yourself later activity because just putting in a few minutes will save you so much stress later on in the week when you go to your fridge and you have ingredients all prepped rather than just groceries that need your attention. You'll be a lot more likely to stick to your meal plan. Now, if you need a prep list, check the description on this video and you'll be able to find your prep list there. And if you already have it ready, let's go. All right, we are having this week Pineapple Chicken Skillet, which I love. Air fryer stuffed peppers, Southwestern Sandwich, turkey chili, and ending the week with Hawaiian burgers. So how does this sound? You excited? I'm excited. Okay, let's go. Gonna start with chopping some veggies. I have your prep list in 3 levels of motivation. So if you're on the struggle bus today, that's okay. If you can get level 1 done, you are wicked for the week. There's also level 2, level 3. I'm gonna start with level 3. Level 3 is generally something that you can do while you are doing the other stuff. So it'll kind of do itself. You're making the most of your time this way and saving yourself considerable time later on. So I'm actually going to cook the quinoa. I'm going to cook the quinoa while the rest of the stuff's going. I am cooking it in a microwave cooker. Just to make things really easy. So for the recipe, all I need is a cup of cooked quinoa. I'm going to cook a cup of quinoa and there will be some left over for a side dish. You could cook more if you wanted to and have ready-made sides for the week. Got my kettle here. Also, if you want to cook your quinoa in broth, just to give it more flavor, you can. I'm using a powdered bone broth. This one's by Organica, and I do love making my own bone broth, but sometimes it's nice to have a shortcut. And the only ingredients in this organic one is bone broth. That's it. So you're actually getting protein and nutrients and everything at the same time. Oops, I gotta put a little more in there. So it's like a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons rather, per cup. There you go. So it's gonna give my quinoa some nice flavor and a really nice boost of protein as well. And I mean, who can complain about that, right? Difference between bone broth and something that you would buy at the store that would call itself broth that isn't quite broth is just the nutrient factor. So kind of an important one, I guess. Try to find myself something to stir with here. We're going with this one. Okay. That actually worked phenomenal in there. Oh man. If you're looking for a good whisk for this, apparently a sauce whisk. I just determined this right now. That's kind of magic. Yeah, I'm never doing this with any other whisk ever again. It was just because I couldn't find my other whisk. Love happy accidents like that. Wow. That did a phenomenal job. Okay, color me impressed. So I'm just gonna throw this in the microwave for 15 minutes. This bowl is meant for it. It has a leak guard and all the rest of her. There we go. So level 3 is done. The quinoa's gonna do itself. Well, I am doing the rest. So now I'm gonna start with level 1. If you're already on level 1, you're ahead of me, that's okay. I'm gonna chop some onions. Chopping 2.5 onions to be precise. Now, I'm actually gonna do 2 onions because one of them is a little bigger than what I usually use, so I'm using like 1 onion and then kind of a monster onion for my other, half. But you gotta kind of do what works for you that way. It's not set in stone, right? Even though I'll probably wish I cut more later on in the week. Cut onion is something that will never, ever, ever go to waste in my home. There's just so many times that you can just, it's nice to have it on hand if you're doing a breakfast scramble or something like that, and just, it's already chopped, you can just throw it in. Maybe you're an omelet person. Oh my goodness, it's a juicy onion. Like, they're not messing around. So I'm just giving a rough chop first, and then I'm going to use my food chopper to chop the rest of it. It does a pretty fine job on it. It does protect you from some tears, but I think this onion's still going to get me because it is a juicy one, my friends. Whew. Ready to have a good cry together? I hear it's therapeutic. For therapy plus meal prep today, but here we are. Here we go. Whew. Oh my goodness. Jeez. That'll wake you up in the morning. I gotta say I prefer coffee to onion tears, but whatever. Okay, here we go. 2.5 chopped onions. Now, I'm not done with the tears yet. I'm gonna put a divider in my prep container this time because I'm gonna be prepping some red onion. Oh, let's make all the tears happen at once. Now, half of this red onion I am going to chop. The other half I am going to slice. So, to make this work, I am just going to peel off the skin on the outside of it. I'm going to slice off half of it first, leaving the, if I say the furry end, does that make sense? I'm going to leave the furry end on so I have something good to hold on to while I'm slicing. Then I will cut off the furry end once I no longer need to hold on to it, and I'll just chop the rest. Cool? You with me? Ish? Okay. Like, what's that crazy woman talking about? So, furry end right here, so I can hold on to this. You guys, I have a very sharp knife here. A very sharp knife is what keeps me nice and safe while I'm slicing. So I recommend the same. If you don't have a good prep knife, get yourself a good prep knife. You only need one really good knife that'll do multiple purposes for the most part. So I have this one, it's a Sentoku. See what I did there? Sliced half of it, chopped the other half. In here, so I have one container for 2 ingredients that are on fridge space, chopped and sliced. Here we are. Okay, so I am going to chop some peppers now. So I just need 1.5 peppers chopped. These peppers are a little smaller, so I'm just going to chop 2. say, close enough. Now, if you do have regular, good sized peppers, just chop one in half and then put the other half towards an extra pepper to stuff with your stuffed peppers. Because odds are you're gonna have a little bit of stuffing left, which works great as a side dish or a snack or whatever, but you can also just fill up that half a pepper that we're not using. The nice thing about meal planning is you can kind of look ahead and be like, I have this that's extra, how can I use that? And then at the start of the week, you can figure out whether you're going to incorporate it into something else. Like, oh, am I going to make a salad? Am I going to, whatever. Now, meal planning is a beautiful thing, and it actually will save a lot of money. If you haven't meal planned before and you're just starting out, look at your grocery bill before and then look at it after. The average person saves between $100 and $500 a month by meal planning. And I know when we're all looking at the price of things go up, like that money can go a long ways. And you actually eat better with your meal planning too. So I don't know how you save money and eat better, but you do. It's like meal planning magic. But only the white kind. Like the white magic, good magic. Is that what it's called? I don't know. So, get my peppers all chopped. You know what? I'm gonna use this container twice too. Just gonna push this down to the end because there's still a lot of space in there. I'm gonna put a divider in it, and I'm gonna chop a zucchini next. So I'm just gonna put the zucchini in the same container. Save myself some fridge space. Why the heck not? Okay. Exactly. I had a fair amount of pepper juice, so I mean it's not going to hurt anything, but figured might as well take care of it. Zucchini in there. There. Feel good about that. Another container, ready to go. Now that is all of our veggies and that is level 1. So if that's all you signed up for, fantastic, great job. You just saved yourself so much effort through the week. If you're still with me, then let's go ahead and grate some cheese. Doing this for the stuffed peppers. Just gonna do about 1.5 cups of cheese, grated cheese. Another thing that's never going to go to waste because we can just throw it in with something for breakfast or throw it onto supper, throw it onto a salad. It's never going to go to waste. So if you don't use it all for your peppers, find another purpose for it. Magic that way. Okay. Now my thingy here has measurements on the side of it, so I can ish while I'm grating, which I think is pretty helpful. And you know what? I'm just gonna grate the rest of this block of cheese because it's close enough, and the rest of it's just gonna go on a little snack tray for my kids a little later, and they'll love it. I don't know why cheese tastes better when it's grated, but cheese tastes better when it's grated. Fun fact. There we go. Cheese is ready. Throw it in the container. And there we are. Another container with cheese ready to go. So at this point, that is our major prep done. I got 3 minutes left on my quinoa, then that's gonna be finished too. I'm just gonna pop it into a container and throw it in the fridge. And now while you have all your stuff out, if you wanna go to your kitchen and, go to your fridge. Hopefully you're already in your kitchen. You wanna go to your fridge and just check and see, is there anything in there that needs to be used up? Anything that's going bad, and take this time to just process it, figure out if you can use it into a recipe this week. If you can't use it into a recipe or side dish this week, maybe you can process it and throw it in the freezer for later use, and then you're just going to get more out of the stuff that's in your fridge. So if you get your gumption going, take the time and do that now, and if not, well, I will see you next week. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.